Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to episode 34 of MSME Masterclass. Today, we are honored to have Mr. Zubair Khan, Managing Director of Supreme PEB, as our speaker. Mr. Khan has dedicated over 18 years to pre-engineered buildings, bringing a passion for innovation and excellence to the construction industry. His extensive experience delivering high-quality and sustainable building solutions has made him a respected leader in this field. Supreme PEB, headquartered in Indore, Madhya Pradesh, is the leading provider of PEB solutions known for its unwavering commitment to quality, efficiency, and client satisfaction. The company specializes in designing and manufacturing, as well as erecting PEB structures that adhere to international standards for durability and safety. Utilizing advanced engineering techniques and cutting-edge technology, Supreme PEB offers cost-effective and customizable building solutions for various industries, including packaging, pharmaceuticals, and logistics. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Zubair Khan as he shares his insights and expertise on overcoming operational challenges to drive MSME growth. Welcome on MSME Masterclass, Mr. Zubair Khan.
Well, thank you very much for such a generous introduction. Your kind word means a lot to me and have truly made my day. I'm really grateful for the chance to speak at the MSME webinar. It's a great honor to be able to share ideas with other professionals in the MSME sector on such a valuable platform. Thank you again for choosing me as a speaker. I'm eager to contribute meaningfully to this session.
Thank you so much, Zubair. So we will jump on to our first question, Zubair, which is to do with common operational challenges that MSMEs face in manufacturing, industrial, and construction sectors.
Well, that's a very good question. I must say that you have chosen to ask me, because as small businesses, we are having a lot of challenges in our day-to-day routines and our day-to-day life. But there are few which I would like to discuss on this platform. One, the basic and the most important that everybody faces is the cost management and cost control. Because small businesses often find it hard to manage their expenses, like their salaries, their material, their raw material costs, and other overhead costs and all. Because we have to be competitive in the market, and we have such limited resources as well in regards to the skilled laborers and our finances as well. So we have to manage it all together to make up the best out of it, so that we are even competitive in the market and we take the maximum benefit out of it, like that. And also we face a lot of challenges as we are having limited resources. As I see that government support a lot to the small businesses, but all the schemes that government come up with, those are easily not so these are not easily accessible to each and every industries because of lack of awareness and lack of approach. So that is also a key aspect that the government should look into it and make it easily accessible to everybody. And also because we are struggling and we are a small business, so we have less access to the technology and integration as well. So we have like few areas that we should look into it.
Okay, and Zubair, how do limited resources affect the growth potential of MSMEs in these sectors?
Yes, of course it does, because small businesses often struggle to get enough money to invest in new technology, make more things, or to do new research. This makes it hard for them to compete and grow as much as bigger companies with more money, because of course there is bigger competition in the market, like the MNCs and all. They're more they are giants, they have big money powers, big team and all. To compete with them, it is a bit difficult for us. And also because MNC groups and all, they come up with such a big planning and such a big strategies, it also becomes difficult for us to scale in our operations, because making a business bigger needs a lot of money for building technology and hiring more people. Small businesses might not have enough money to grow, so they can't take changes to get bigger or to new places or make things when people want them. Also, we are having technological advancement barriers. Small businesses might not have enough money to start using new technology like robotics or new CRM softwares like SAP softwares and all, internet things or digital ways to make things. Buying new technology and teaching people how to use it costs a lot of money, because it also make us invest in R&Ds, and a lot of time and money is invested into it, which makes the small businesses growth slower in reaching to the targets.
Which is right. That's correct. Could you also share with our attendees what are some of the practical steps that MSME owners can take to streamline their operations?
Well, as a small business director, what I believe is like you should always have faith in your business and team, and you should always keep trying new and new things, because like what I do in my life is like I don't easily get demotivated by trying new things. Also, when I am working for my business, I like to define clear processes. I like to create clear steps for how my business operates, for making products, for helping customers. This makes sure everyone does things the same way and reduces mistakes. I invest my time and energy a lot in employee training and my staff and my team trainings and all, because if I train them, they work well and the outcome is good. I try to focus on optimizing the inventory, because of course inventory is a very big aspect of any small business, because it takes a lot of money from the business, and if I don't put my energy and time in optimizing the inventory, I would be having a lot of money stuck in that, which won't be rotating in a normal day-to-day operations. So I need to focus on that as well. Then of course, like as the director of the company, my vision should be clear to my team. Like they should know what I want, and they should know like what their leader wants them to do. So I and any small business owner should streamline their communication very well. And of course, like in every business, customer is God, So focus on customer feedbacks. Everyone should focus on their customer feedbacks. I personally myself speak to the customers one-to-one and try to get their feedbacks from every deal my team is making, and I try to take their suggestion in how to improve my products, because it helps me get better and better, and it also makes improvement in our products as well. Because I am doing pre-engineering building business, which is mostly focusing on the customer satisfaction. So say if I am doing a prefab business and my customer is not satisfied out of it, that means I need to work on that. Say I can provide the best quality pre-engineering building, but if my customer is not satisfied, so it's a waste, because references is the biggest asset any business can have. So I focus a lot on that, and very like on regular basis, like not even weekly, like and every couple of days I'm going in the market and talking to customers and asking them like how they like the product, and like what should I do more to make them feel better, and how can I deliver the product in a better way. So that is something I put a lot of focus on. And then of course, as again small businesses, then finances makes a big difference in this. So everything boils down to finances, like how much resources I have. So I have to plan accordingly, looking at every aspect of the business. Talk about marketing, talk about inventory, talk about purchase, talk about sales. Every investment has to be properly monitored, because we don't have abundance of resources like an MNC group, because they're giants, of course. So even if they waste a little bit of money here and there, they can manage, but small businesses can't like that. So it's very important for us, all these points.
So good to know, Zubair, the fact that at your level and your designation within the company, you still go out and speak to the customers, you still go on site visits, and you still manage to do the nitty-gritties of stitching the business together, which is amazing. Now we'll move on to the supply chain management part of it, Zubair. What role does it play in overcoming operational challenges?
Well, of course, another aspect is like if you're handling the finances well, if you're making a good product, and if you're not able to supply them properly, then again it's a big hurdle for a business. So efficient logistics involves organizing transportation distribution networks to ensure products are delivered promptly, because the product should be transported properly, like in a good condition. We are having a very good quality checks in our own factory, that the products is passing through each and every quality checks after, say like if we are making a built up, so after cutting, from the time it is coming to our plant, we are having very good quality checks, and we are putting a lot of mind and money and focus on making a good product. And we are also doing good packing and hiring, and we are also doing tendering with good transportations and all, so that they transport our product properly and there are no damages in the transits as well. Because inventory control is about managing stock levels to meet demand without having too much or too little inventory. Cost control focuses on optimizing procurement and transportation expenses to reduce overall cost. And when we reduce, because transportation is a very big factor in our business, because we are into steel business, and so like steel business is done on a very thin margin, and if we are not looking after the transportation and supply chain, so we often tend towards making losses into it. So we have to be very careful, and we have a very strong HOD and department who is looking after all this, who is planning properly from the time we finalize the project. From that time until the end, every logistic and supply chain is properly taken care by our experienced team.
Okay. Now coming on to the key components of an effective strategy plan, what do you think are the key components for growth?
Well, to start with, like I said before as well, like we should always experiment things, but ultimately for a effective growth, you should have a clear strategy, like where you want to go, where you want to take your business, because we are having limited time and limited resources, so we have to make the most out of it. So a vision is very important. A leader should have a clear vision which is clearly defined statements that outline the purpose and aspirations of the business, specific measurable targets that the business aims to achieve within a defined time frame, actionable plans and initiatives designed to achieve the defined goals and objectives. To achieve the vision and mission of any business, we should have a back-end team who is doing good marketing analysis and who is actually knowing the market sentiment, like what the market actually wants. So like it is very important to know the market sentiments so that we are able to deliver the best product. And also the backbone of any strategy is the SWOT analysis that our professors have taught us in each and every lectures, that you have to do SWOT analysis. The strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats of any business is very, very important. Because like if I don't know myself, how am I going to compete? How am I going to defend myself from the market? So I should know my strengths and I should work on my threats, and I should work more on the opportunities and take the maximum benefits out of it. After all these things, like if I have done good evaluation and good market research and I've done SWOT analysis, any business should come up with a good strategy and then assign the task to the team and do good monitoring and regular checks, so that to check if the team is working properly. And then again, the communication and engagement, it all involves in that if the communication, engagement and monitoring is done properly to the strategy, then nobody can stop us from achieving our vision. But in all this process, a person has to be patient and hardworking, of course. Yeah, like you cannot just come up something on a paper and then just dream out of it, and the next morning you can't get it unless you work for it.
Which is true. And the fact that your basics needs to be clear is also very true. The fact that we don't talk about SWOT analysis these days, and it's become so irrelevant. And the emphasis on SWOT analysis really makes this interesting. With that, I'll move on to market research with you. What role does market research play in strategic planning for MSMEs?
Yes, of course. Like as you know, like steel industry, it has been evolving and it has been multiplying year on year. As per the market survey, every year the steel industry is expanding and growing by 15 to 20%, because of the old traditional construction system, the concrete and all. It is coming all to prefabs now. Like I can't imagine of an industry construction without using the prefab technology. Like there are very rare industries that those are using concrete, like those are using cement and TMTs and old traditional methods to make their factories, because of the foundations, say like food industries or something like this, like some food industries, pharma industries, because they're restricted for the products, so they're unable to use the prefab. But understanding these needs and giving them the right product, it is very important and has a key role in my marketing and sales strategy. So I should understand the customer's needs properly, And after understanding, I should implement it for identifying the market opportunities and target the markets like where actually my product is valuable, because I cannot make a good product and sell in the wrong market. It's a fact. So to both goes hand in hand. I should make a good product and sell in the right market. For that, market analysis is very important. Then I should be competitive. I should know the market pricing, the specifications and all. So any business should know what their competitors are offering, because they cannot just make a good product and go in the market and sell without knowing the competition. Then again, I come back to my old saying is SWOT analysis. That's a threat. Again, competitive. Then I should know my risk and all. Then I should limit. I should make a good frame out of my strategy, optimizing marketing strategies, insight from marketing research, guide small businesses in refining their marketing strategies. They can identify the most effective channels, messagings, and promotion tactics to reach their target audience and drive sales.
And Zubair, how can MSMEs set realistic growth targets and measure their progress? Is that even possible?
Yeah, of course it is possible. Because we have limited resources and everything, so we should target, we should make realistic goals. We should not aim for the moon with a bike or with a car. You should have that tool to go to your target. So you should know your boundaries. You should know your limits. If you know your limits properly, then you can make a good target. It should be achievable. You cannot dream something big and not achieve and be disheartened and be demotivated. So for that, if you have good market analysis, you would definitely know what are your realistic goals and what are your realistic boundaries. Just if you know your boundaries and you know your team and you know your board of members and all their visions are clear, then you can make realistic goals. Ensure growth targets are specific, measurables, and you should target on a realistic growth of say 15 to 20% in each and every department. So if you are targeting a 15% sales hike every year, that is achievable. You cannot just double your sales within a year. It is not a rocket science, because the product that I am dealing into, it's a mass product. I'm not making a rocket in Indore. I'm making prefab. People know it's not something very unique. Of course it is new product, but a lot of people are doing it. So I should be sensible enough to target my growth like that. And of course, like I said, steel industry is growing at a pace of 15 to 20%. So ultimately, we are in the most emerging economy. Our economy is growing. So of course, if economy is growing, then all the sectors are growing. So if economy is growing to 5 to 10%, so like that we can plan our growth as well. And we should keep a long-term vision. We should target for a long-term vision. We should target for a marathon. We should not target for a 100-meter race where we just run and get tired like that. And also we should have key performance indicators, define relevant KPIs. We often do it in our business, such as sales growth. We are always monitoring our sales growth rate, market share, because every quarterly we are doing all this analysis in the board of directors meetings and all, and we are discussing with our team what is our market share, if it is getting affected, customer acquisition cost and all, because we are dealing into mass products, customer retention rate, if any of our customer is dissatisfied and is not happy with us, so we work on that. These metrics should directly reflect progress towards growth rate.
Absolutely. And we'll now move on to the challenges or the pitfalls of strategic planning. Could you share with our attendees what are some of the common challenges and how can they avoid it?
Well, of course, life is all about facing challenges. So you should never be afraid or scared of facing any of the challenges. You should be brave enough to face it and brave enough to fall and then get up again in life. To avoid common pitfalls in organizational strategy, clarity in vision and objective is crucial. Ensure these are clearly communicated and understood across the organizations. Fostering alignment, conduct through market research to grasp customer needs, market trends and competition, updating insights continuously. Set smart goals that are realistic and achievable. So Mostly I've covered these points in my earlier questions as well. Like, you just have to be careful and you have to keep your eyes open in just doing all the strategies and planning that you're doing to avoid all these pitfalls, because of course every business have their own bottlenecks and all. You any like every business would face challenges. Talk about finances, talk about labor issues, talk about government compliances, because as you see, government also comes up sometimes, like with new policies, and also a person has to be aware of it. So like earlier, if I talk about steel market, if I talk about 10 years to 15 years ago, there were few taxes, like there was CST, there was VAT, there was a lot of compliances. So after, like now currently we are having a single tax, so it is becoming smooth. So that pitfall has gone. Earlier it was a very big hurdle for any business to operate, because the boundaries of any business were restricted to their own state, but now we can go to any other state and work as well. So like that, slowly every pitfall is coming out of the pit, and they're having a smooth functioning now.
And can you also share some insights on how important is leadership in overcoming these operational challenges?
Yes, of course, leadership plays a very important role in any business, because ultimately you are, like, as I talk about Supreme PEB, we are having a team of around 400 people. So 400 people cannot have different 400 minds, and they cannot run everywhere and cater around. So of course, it is very important for any business to have leaders. Say, you can say every department can have a small leader like an HOD, and they can come up and they can report to their own seniors, and then again it comes up to the general managers and presidents and all. So leaders should communicate their visions clearly to their team members. Effective leadership is vital in organization for several reasons. Firstly, it offers a clear vision and direction, ensuring that everyone knows their role in achieving shared goals and tackling challenges together. Leaders also make important decisions by carefully analyzing situations and choosing the best path forward during tough times. Motivation and inspiration are equally important, as they encourage positivity, determination among employees. Furthermore, leaders lead efforts to solve problems. They take action, they support their team, and they go hand in hand with the growth of the company. If a company have good HODs and good leaders, these are the biggest assets to them.
Okay, now
Yeah.
let's talk about culture. How can MSMEs foster a culture of continuous improvement amongst their employees?
As I said, like we are a group of 400 people in our company, so we focus a lot on our employee culture, because a person is giving 8 hours to 9 hours of his entire day to a company. So of course he's coming for a good culture in the company, so we should make him feel like home. He should give his best. At the same time, he should also feel good while working. There are two types of motivation. You can either motivate him by promotions, finances, and all like that. And also, what I feel personally, what my team gets, like how my team gets motivated, they get motivated through good culture. They just want to feel good when they're coming to Supreme PEB, and they feel proud out of it, like when they go to market and all. So to foster continuous improvement in our organization, we can start clearly explaining its importance to the team, that how important it is to the new people and to the old people as well, how it aligns with our goals. Define what improvement means for each role. Encourage innovation by creating an environment where employees feel empowered to suggest new ideas and solutions. Holding brainstorming sessions and rewarding creativity, celebrating festivals, celebrating events, having select sport events, and doing brainstormings about some several topics, and just sharing our thoughts and having a chat, having lunch, dinner, meals together. Like that makes a good culture, because in day-to-day life there is so much stress, because every department is fighting with the other department. They're having so many grudges inside them. They feel, but it's all professional. So we need to break the ice and make them come together on the same platform, because after all, we are one company. So that unity should be there. At least once or twice in a month, we are having casual dinners, like get-togethers with the management and all, so that they know we are all one. So that is something we really focus on. We are all here for one mission. So we have to keep reminding them. That's the whole culture basically.
That's true. Now, can you tell us how can MSMEs effectively manage the cash flow to support their operational and growth strategies?
Well, it's a very, very tricky question, because that is a very, very big challenge for each and every business, to all my fellow mates here, because they're always struggling with finances. There are some customers who are not paying them on time. There are suppliers asking for advance payments. There are employees asking for money. Everybody is asking for money to us. So it is a very difficult question. But ultimately, it is also a part of our business which we should focus on, because that is the backbone of any business. Finance is the backbone, I say, is of any business. If you can manage your finances properly, you can run the business well. And recently, our supporting government has come up with a new compliance where the customer is forced to pay to you within 45 days of the material delivery date. So I find it very, very helpful. Like, it is very, very helpful for suppliers like us who are working on credits earlier, because steel business used to work on credits and all. So we used to give 2 months credit. So if we give 2 months credit, the customer by default, he thinks like he have to pay after 4 months. So now that mindset is changing. People are, the government, in fact, because they're pushing more and more cash into the business, because if the turnover is becoming fast, of course the cash is moving fast. I'm paying to my supplier. If I'm getting money, I'm not going to keep it in my home, because it's going to make no profit to me. So I have to give to my supplier. The supplier has to give his supplier. So the chain is moving fast. So that is one. And also other point is, one I've already said, taking money from the customer on time. And again, like, taking money from him is also a challenge if you're not able to give him a good quality, or there are some disputes in the product. So that's a exception. The other one is putting too much money into inventory. So we should manage our inventory efficiently, because as I am dealing into prefab and steel business, very big challenge, because in our business, inventory cost a lot, because it's a turnover based business. So margins are less and inventory cost a lot. So we have to be very keen, because as I'm dealing into color coated sheets, there are a lot of colors, there are a lot of thicknesses, there are a lot of specifications. So we have to plan our inventory wisely, or else our money gets stuck. And then again, the bank interest and other costing and all increases on the item, which makes my product expensive, and my money gets blocked, which I'm not able to use. So I have to take money out of my inventory. And these are the major things that can manage my cash flows.
Okay, now my last question to you, Zubair, for the session is, what advice would you like to give MSME owners who are just starting to face significant operational challenges?
Say, like, we are small businesses, so there are going to be challenges, there are going to be obstacles, there are going to be very hard times when you would face. All you have to do is stay calm and assess the situation and keep moving. You can't stop, you can't just hold and cry on it. So you have to keep moving and stay calm, because if you're calm, so if by being calm, you can focus on the root cause of the problem, and then you can analyze it, because worrying doesn't give any solution. Worrying just makes your BP go high, which is not going to solve any purpose, so you have to stay calm and focus on the root cause and prioritize, because as small business owners, even like managing directors, I'm looking after a lot of departments. We are involved not only in the growth of the business, but into a lot of different departments as well. So we have to prioritize our visits. We have to prioritize our departments as well. So like, I cannot handle all the departments. So I have to prioritize, maybe select sales. I can prioritize purchase, or just prioritize so that I can assess my time properly, so that I'm able to give my precious time to each and every person properly, because engaging with my team is also very important. Like, of course, we have a very big hierarchy who's the good officials are looking after the business, but like, I like to go into my people, I like to go to my team, I like to go to my laborers, I like to go to my every small department and talk to them, that how they feel, because it makes me feel good, like if I'm doing something wrong with them or no, like if I'm doing correct or no, because for me it is very important to know that if the person who's coming to work in Supreme is happy or no. It makes a very big difference to me. I'm that kind of a person, like that. So if I'm engaging with my team, I'm able to review and assess the strategies that I'm making. if it is going properly onto the ground, if my HODs are able to implement it properly, if my messages are going properly throughout the team, and they're able to know what I want from them and where I want to take the company. So it is very important, because if I communicate properly in my team, we can go a long way like that. Then,
so in a nutshell, you're saying patience is the key, right?
Yeah, of course, patience is the key, and hard work as well. I cannot be patient and sleep at my home. The hard work is always there. It has to be there. And just keep moving. That's all. Don't lose hope.
With that, Zubair, we've come to the end of our episode today. Thank you for sharing your valuable inputs on overcoming challenges, operational challenges to drive MSMEs, tailored specifically for this audience in India. Your expertise have really guided us through optimizing it. Thank you once again. And to our audience, if you'd like to watch any of our episodes, including this one, please go onto YouTube and type JSW1 MSME. You will find this episode along with all the previously shot episodes on different topics, so you can watch that. Thank you so much, Zubair. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's been an honor.